Good evening, Jackie Gleason, Depot members. My name is Rob Martinez, bus operator at Jackie Gleason for 20 years, and I'm running for Depot Chair on Thursday, January 2nd, from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. I decided to come on, and I know you've seen the flyers, or I hope you've seen the flyers, maybe on social media or posted to the Depot, but I just want to come and just give you one last um, rundown or one last explanation of our proposal and agenda for the depot. Very important. The first thing right out the gate is we want all members' input. We want all members' ideas because this is member input, member participation, and member driven. We are here to serve you, the members. Maybe some of the things that I have planned does not fit for you. Maybe you need something that I'm not aware of. All members, myself and my team, are going to work for every single member. Those who supported us, those who didn't support us, because truthfully, um, you're exercising your right to vote for whom you feel. But in the event that I prevail at 7 o'clock after they tally up the votes, we're all in this journey, in this mission together. The election is over, the campaign is over, and the work begins. I don't intend to wait the next day or whenever they decide to release us. I've already been working, but the work officially begins as soon as the votes are tallied. And that's that. One of the topics is restoring the morale and the camaraderie of the depot, which is very important. Unfortunately, the depot has been divided for quite some time, and it's a shame because when I first started, it was very much a family-oriented depot. We uh, we really got along. You had a pool table. You had the pool table going. You got the ping pong table going. You got the chess table going, and everyone ate and enjoyed each other's company. Um, it's been quite some time that the depot's fractured, the depot's divided. Being that I remember the days that it was unified, it was a family. I want to go back to that. Some don't know. I used to organize the 3-on-3 tournament. The only one that's left from those days, I believe, is myself and Eric Roachford. So if you see him in the depot, he'll tell you I organized and ran the 3-on-3 tournament. I also organized and ran the chess tournament. And there's still some of the guys here that they wanted back. COVID kind of killed a lot of that. So in the event that I prevail, I think I'm hoping Danny Thornton maybe wants to organize the basketball tournament again. We've had this conversation. The chess tournament, Damien, myself, because the chess tournament was good. It's for those who don't play chess, I suggest playing because it helps you unwind. It helps you get your mind right. But I organize those two things, and I look forward to doing other things. Give me your ideas. Tell me what we like to do. What would you like to participate in? Maybe you want to organize something. That's why I keep saying member input, member participation, because it's member driven. So that's some of the stuff to build up the camaraderie. Back in the day too, for those who were here when Gibson, God rest his soul, was alive, part of the things we used to do, we had community outreach on Halloween. They would set up a table outside as long as it wasn't inclement weather. And they would hand out candy to the kids passing by because the kids walking down Fifth Avenue and after they hit the stores, sometimes they continue and they walk past the depot and you would give out candy. And That's a positive thing. That's a good thing because later down the line, you might be on the bus one day having a bad day or situation, and a parent who you took the time to give their child a little candy, a little something, is give and take, and maybe they'll be able to help you. They'll remember that. So community outreach is something that I'm looking forward to. And speaking of community, I'm a member of the Community Board 7, which serves the depot that we work in. It serves Bay Ridge, Sunset Park, Windsor Terrace, and Park Slope. I do that on my own time. My role on the community board is I sit on the transportation committee and on the safety committee. And the benefit of doing that is I get to I get firsthand information on certain transit projects that are happening that affects buses and trains. Mostly the most of the work is done on subways, rapid transit operations (RTO). However, when they are working on the trains, obviously you know what happens: shuttles. So there's times where I know a shuttle is coming way ahead of time. So when I used to attend these community board meetings, I would bring that information back to the former depot chair, and for some reason or another, he wasn't receptive to it, so it died on the vine. But as your depot chair, I'm still going to continue to be a part of the community board, sit on the transportation and on the safety committee, and I'm going to bring back all that pertinent information to the depot. And every little, what they say, knowledge is power. It is. Information is very important, especially when you get ahead of time. So that's one of the positives of me sitting on the community board 7, and I've been on it for approximately 4 years. When Mayor Adams began his first term, that's when we began our term, and I just got renewed for another term. So that's one of the things about community outreach and me. Hopefully, your depot chair sitting in the community board. Um, Now, getting back to the depot issues, that a lot of things happen in the depot. If I'm your depot chair, you have my commitment that I'm going to do everything within my power and purview to inform, educate, and enlighten the members. A lot of times, um, we get into situations because we're not informed, we're not enlightened. Now, I'm talking about probably doing digital shop gates, breaking down the contract chapter by chapter, piece by piece, because some of these things that some of the members aren't knowledgeable of is because they know the basic rules, and that's something, the onus upon the operator. You're given a rule book when you get this job, so you're supposed to know the rules and regulations. Just like part of your report time, they want you to come in and look at the bulletins. That's why they're in plain sight. You're supposed to know the bulletins. That's why if you do something that's against the bulletin, they come down with discipline. So if you don't know the rules and you don't know the bulletins, the memorandums, then you're opening yourself up to discipline. But part of being a union rep is protecting the member and enforcing and making sure the transit authority adheres to the contract. That's the main thing, truthfully. Discipline is self-inflicted. Now, representing members that are facing discipline is part of the job, absolutely. But if we're all on the same page, if we're informed, if we're enlightened, and we know the rules, guess what? We use those rules against them, right? I'm gonna give you a perfect example, and I'm not gonna go too much on this. You're given 10 minutes to from report time to pull out time. Look at your paddle. It says report 12 o'clock, pull out 12:10. From the time you go downstairs, sometimes you get on a line, sometimes the dispatcher's not there, till you get the bus. If you do a proper 19A pre-trick, You're never going to get in 10 minutes. Point being that use transit rules against them. Don't let them punish you with their ground rules. Do what you got to do, and you have nothing to worry about. So once again, part of the agenda is informing, educating, empowering, and enlightening the members. Because if we're all on the same page, forget about it. We have the numbers. We start first of all. We start off with the numbers. We outnumber supervision and management, but now we're at the same playing field mentally. So that's one of the things that's very important to me, and I hope is important to you guys as well. Um, a gentleman asked me the other day about shop stewards. I believe I was in the last shop steward class in 2016. I don't think there was a shop steward class after that. The incoming president, with the division chair, Gary Rosario, stated at a meeting that they're going to do what's called the SOS program, Safety Over Service Steward Program. That program was developed by the incoming chair, Gary Rosario. I believe he got the green light from President Richie Davis. In my conversations with Gary, it looks good. Safety over service. That's what they say in Zariga, but so half the time people come out and just disregard that. So for the gentleman that asked me about the Steward program, I would say look out for it. It's coming early on, maybe January, February. If I'm the depot chair, I'm going to gather all the names. It's for everyone that's willing to participate, and that's another thing that gives us strength, right? If you know, safety over service. So that's something we're working on. And when in the event that I'm fortunate enough to earn your vote, because I want to earn your vote, I don't want it given to me. If I'm fortunate enough to earn your vote and become your depot chair, we will be, besides working with the division, with the Steward program, we're going to be talking about a rapid response team for serious accidents and incidents. Truthfully, I hope that's not the case. I hope we never have to utilize that. But as you know, that's why car insurance is expensive, because the more you drive, the more the percentages go up. So in the event that I'm your chair, we're going to, and I spoke to the division chair with a rapid response team. It'll start at the depot level first. And once we get there, whoever happens to have the phone monitoring that, they get to the scene, they assess the situation, and if we could take care of it at that level, we can. If it's something serious, then obviously you have to get the division involved. And part of my team, sometimes you get into an incident, accident, and you're rattled. You're not yourself. Then you got to come back to the depot and fill out G2s, incident reports, accident reports, IODs. If I become your chair, myself and the team that I'm assembling, you'll have somebody there at the depot with you. That, in all likelihood, if I'm here, I'll be there. I live in Brooklyn, right in the heart of Brooklyn, and I get to where I got to go. But thank God, my team and I have spoke about it, and I have volunteers that are willing to do that. So that is something that we will be bringing that we don't have now. Um, I had stated on the flyer that we want to bring back the route line steward program. The route and line steward program is also a tool that we're going to use. Um, I'm going to show you um, a Mapsto, a OA election ballot, and is that you can see for yourself on their campaign flyer and on their ballot. They have. I'm going to show you a campaign flyer. I don't have the ballot. You see, they have the chair, the vice chair, recording secretary, and they have line steward one, line steward two, line steward three. Now, granted, the chair, the vice chair are the ones that are released, but the stewards participate, and in order to make this work, everything is not release time. If you really want to be about this and make this union better, sometimes you got to sacrifice a little bit of yourself. You're not going to be released all the time. So sometimes you got to give to get. So I intend to put together good qualified line route stewards that are going to assess the lines, safety issues, timing issues, um, trouble spots. Trouble spots. I'll give you an example. On the B4, when you're coming down Sheepshead Bay Road, that whole area is a no standing where there's always cars parked there. Once again, segue back to my position in the community board. If I'm getting this information, I can make a call, probably talk to traffic enforcement, local precinct, go down there with the GS, assess the situation, and get some results. So that is part of the Route Line Steward program. I see that the opposition on their flyer said the same thing. As you can see, they had a Route Line Steward program already. There's the picture. You see for yourself. What happened? It was just what is a dog and pony show to make it to describe it. It went nowhere. It died on the vine. That's not going to happen in the event that I'm fortunate enough to be a depot chair. Anyone that's on my team and anyone that's going to come and participate has to pull their weight and do the amount of work. They have to. Work is dispensed upon merit and knowledge. Not here's a vest, go ride around all day, and then come back and nothing gets done. So that is how I want to put together and organize the Route Steward program. Um, right now, the mentor program, which is a great program. The incoming division chair Gary Rosario was given that task as the first vice chair. One of the first things he did was get a bump up from 2 hour pay to 3 hour pay. Um, but he wants to enhance it, and so do I. And I want to help him enhance it. What do we mean by enhance it? Um, the mentor program is a 2 week program, and the probationary operator keeps in contact with their mentor. But in the event that I'm your depot chairman, from the minute they walk through the depot to the day they complete their probation, I'm going to help them throughout the entire probation, not just the 2 weeks from the beginning to the end. So you might be saying to yourself, how does this help me? What benefit towards me? If you have good operators that work and do the job properly, everybody's running smoothly on the routes. Whenever I get a student, whenever I'm mentoring a student, I always tell them, be a good coworker, be a good operator. Don't worry about what your lead is doing. Don't worry about what your follower is doing. Guess what? You only drive one bus at a time. Stop saying that you're carrying so many people. We're not physically carrying the people, ladies and gentlemen. And guess what? No matter what, we have a seat. In the summer, we have air conditioning. In the winter, we have heat. And at the end of the line, we take our personals. And the personal could be to collect your thoughts, to use the bathroom, to take a breather, and then you keep it moving. So, enhancing the mentor program from 2 weeks to the entirety of their probation is something that Division Chairman Gary Rosario wants done. And if I'm fortunate enough to be the depot chairman, I will help him because guess what? That's going to help all of us. So that is that the aspect of enhancing the mentor program. Um, I also said on the flyer establishing a blast text group. Right now, I have one on my phone that I use to get some information out, but I've been shopping around. In the event that I'm fortunate enough to be a chairman, we're going to get a blast text group. Everyone comes in, puts in their name, their telephone, and their email. The one that I'm looking at is pretty simple to use. And everyone is going to be informed on real time, everything that transpires, everything from overtime, open work, everything, everything you can imagine that comes through that door or comes through the phone or comes through an email to the union office that is going to make your life, your day, and your job easier. We are going to get it to you, and that is for everyone. Because right now, and I just saw this earlier today, there's people who don't have Facebook. There's people who don't have WhatsApp. And open work is coming through, right? And, this job is seniority based. Everyone should be aware of that information. So if I'm your depot chairman, I'm going to get everyone's information. If you don't want to participate, then I'll figure out a way. Maybe you on the roster you sign off not interested or something. But I'm going to use the alphabetical or the seniority list and come in, sign in, put your name, your phone number, and your email. And if you decline, then just put decline. But that is something that I intend to do. Um, we have the women's committee in the depot. We have a women's committee with talented, talented ladies that do a hell of a job. That last Christmas party was an example, and they really put that together, and it was tough sledding for them. As depot chairman to the women's committee, I will do everything to give you all the tools, the resources, and the support you need to keep making it better, unfettered, not interfering with what you guys do because you guys are talented. But I will help you. I was truthfully I was a little taken aback that currently we have an acting chairwoman, and she's been chairwoman since August. October came and went, and there was nothing done for October, Women's Breast Cancer Awareness. I was a little taken aback by that, but I'm not gonna put. I wasn't in a position to put my thumb on the scale or even make mention of it. But once October came and went, it was kind of disappointing. So once again, to the women's committee, you're doing an excellent job, excellent job, excellent job. You have my pledge to do everything within my power to give you everything you guys need to this continued success. Then on the other hand, we were talking about a gentleman's committee, because hey, why not? Back in the day, for those who were here, we used to have the quiet room used to be the female swing room. I don't know what happened. They did away with that, whatever. But I have an idea for a gentleman's committee, and I have a few people that I already spoke to, and I think it would be right and proper to name it after and make it eponymous with a former dispatcher that passed on, Terry Ray. God rest his soul. Terry Ray, God rest his soul, passed away of cancer. But I remember when he got that diagnosis and he beat it the first time. I remember he came back strong, vigorous, a lot of healing, and he was passionate. Every time he saw the gentlemen, the men in the depot, you get yourself checked, you get yourself checked, you get yourself checked. So he was pushing that towards the end, and he left, retired, and unfortunately, the good Lord had other plans for him. So just like we have such a good, strong, talented women's committee, I would love to put together a gentleman's committee that focuses on health, safety, nutrition, and we'll toss it around. Just like the women's committee, I'm going to maybe start it up and let that run on its own, and When I say health, I talk about not just physical health, mental health, mental health, because this job is mentally fatiguing, is mentally challenging, and for both men and the women. So that's something maybe they want to collaborate one time a year, put together like a seminar about all aspects of health. But that's some of the things that I'm planning to do. Um, and also, and I'll sum it up like this. Um, oh, one more thing. Well, no, you know what? It's going well. I'll end on this note. Um, the most important thing on the agenda is not something that I thought up. The most important thing on the agenda is what you, the member, brings to the table, what you, the member, wants. I could have all the ideas in the world, but I'm sure with a depot of 750, 800 operators, there's plenty of great ideas. Sometimes I sit around and I look at the co-workers, and we got a lot of smart, intelligent, passionate, caring, fun people, and I look forward to solidifying the depot, unifying the depot, bringing up the morale, and then with the young people, the newer members that are coming up, leaving it in a good place. You see, because when these jobs and these titles, they were here before I got here. They're here now, and they're going to be here after I leave. Someone has to take this to the next level, like anything else. Look back 10 years, look back 20 years. We're not stuck in those same times. Things get better, right? That's why you learn today, lead tomorrow. You learn today, lead tomorrow. You learn the job, you lead by example, and then you leave it to the next group. And hopefully you leave it to them in a better place. So Thursday, January 2nd, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. I I hope I have your support, and good luck to the opposition. This is not a personal endeavor. This is something that is business. Business is never personal. So on this note, God bless. See you Thursday, and after Thursday, you just keep it moving. God bless.